I'm going to now hand it over to two of our participants in We're Still Here, the rest of the story. And so these are two people among our group of about 12. This is our first course in this transformative storytelling curriculum. This group will go to another tier. This is a group of people who are really committed to writing and to using their stories in the world. And I'm first going to ask Darren Howell to please come up here and read his piece that he wrote for the course.
Thank you all for being here, and please bear with me as I share this piece. Quite often I get asked to speak with folks that are going down the wrong path because of my personal story and experiences. And when writing this piece, unfortunately it caused a lot of self-reflection. And I'm glad that that mother is here today. We're here, just me and you. And trust me, bro, this is the last place I wanted us to meet. I have so much I want to tell you. But right now, there's only a small window of time before this place is filled with people coming to say goodbye to you. So I'm gonna be quick. Your mom really wanted us to connect when you came home. She was so afraid of ending up here in this room, having to see you like this. She was hoping I could help prevent that since we had a few things in common. See, I was 22 when I was released from jail. I know all too well how difficult the first 6 months are because before those 6 months were up, I went back. That was hard for my mom, but not as hard as what your first 6 months home have brought for your mother. Even though we never met until now, over the last few days you have had my undivided attention. You have caused me to do a lot of self-reflecting. It's not like I haven't been here before, but this time it's different. As you're lying there, all I can see is a reflection of myself. And when I look at your mom, I see my mom. I could be where you are right now with my mom standing over me. Even though we both know that your mom did everything she could do to prevent us from meeting this way, I have to keep reminding her that she is not to blame. That each of us is responsible for the bad decisions we separately made that landed us in prison. And another person made the ultimate decision to end your life. Yet tragically, your mom will wonder where she went wrong. When she called me and told me about what happened, I didn't hesitate to get here, to be here for her and for the family. So far, everything for your final celebration has gone just the way she wanted it to go. The preparations have taken a lot out of everyone, but your mom is definitely one of the strongest women I know. She's been holding the family together since she received that dreaded phone call. And being in a position to help, I'm glad that the location, the cost, and the program that she told me she wanted for you has been taken care of. Most of all, I'm glad that I can make sure that the life story we remember, your life story, isn't simply that of just another young black man who went to prison and then got out only to be murdered. Darren, the family has just arrived. I turned, faced the funeral director, straightened up my stance, and prepared myself to send off yet another mother-son too soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Darren. One of the things that's come out in the class is that these experiences that people have with homicide intersect with all of the other social ills we're dealing with, including mass incarceration. And that's something that we see more and more is some of the intersections and the impact of this stuff beyond the atrocity itself, the kind of lasting implications. And I want to thank Darren for the work Darren does in the world, on and off the page. I'm also going to introduce next, good friend of mine now, we're family now, Denise Cosby, to come up here and tell about her story, which incidentally, these stories go so together synchronistically. It was hard to believe. This is the kind of stuff that just happens synchronistically. Denise Cosby.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. It has been an honor to be mentored by Michael. Please bear with me because I am a little nervous. Michael asked us to write about a room that is all too familiar. Yes, I know this room. This room is all too familiar to me. These walls have stories to tell. I have been in this place far too many times. Though this room is decorated elegantly with fancy draperies, pictures, flowers, and mementos, this room disturbs me. I hate this room. Yes, I know this room. I know it well. Most of the time, this room does not discriminate. This room has no names engraved on the door. This room has no race. This room is ageless. This room denies no gender. This room does not care what your class or status is, who you are, where you are in life, or who you wish you were. This room does not care what your political views are, or what connections you have, or wish you had. Everyone will pass through this room at one time or another. Yes, sooner or later, we will all pass through this room. The photos that adorn this room change from week to week, sometimes day to day. Sometimes the faces are far too young to be on these walls. Old and young, dressed in their Sunday best, stand and tell stories and memories of the loved ones who are gone. I've been in this room with my mother and father. I've also been in this room with two of my brothers. Lord have mercy, I've been in this room with so many others. Yes, I know this room and I know it well. The date is May 23rd, 2009. I walk through the doors of this room and my heart begins to beat double time. Chills run up and down my spine. On this day, the room threatens to crush my heart like no other day ever. The one I'm here to see today, his voice has been silenced. And that voice, that presence cannot be replaced. On this day, my feet feel as though they have weights attached to them, forcing me to take baby steps as I walk into a space I had thought I had known until this day when this room brings pain like no other I've ever experienced. Music plays softly, trying to dampen the pain. Step by step, I make my way toward the front. Slowly but surely, I get there. It hurts so bad. I cannot look in his face. I never did like this room. Every time I'd gone there, someone was dead. But on this day, it's my baby. I'm filled with so much pain, and then I just go all numb. My heart bleeds, wounded beyond repair. Memories of our bonds of love, complete with the dark, stark truth that lies before me in the casket. I cry and cry until I have no more tears. I've cried and cried, and I have not cried, and it has been years. My son, Justin, Devin, Cornelius, Daniel Cosby, was a victim of shooting. A senseless crime took him from me. That day, sitting before my child lying dead, nearly drove me insane. Murdered on an Ivy League college campus in the middle of rush hour. Every day, I wonder how in the world could something like this have happened. Sometimes I feel as emotionless, helpless, and lifeless as he. My child laying before me in that room. My child, my baby, I cried, why me? Wails of pain and heartache echoed off the walls of that room, and I know they reached the heavens. I always taught Justin to reach for the sky, to believe. Now Justin has taught me to reach for the sky, and in his honor, while I fight for justice and devote myself to healing for myself and for others. Thank you.